All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am here very early, a lot earlier than I normally would start. I know 1 o'clock tends to be the time I post, but that's just a placeholder until I get home, and then I can dial it back just a little bit. Ogata-san, good to see you. Good to see everyone here. Let's go ahead and get started because, well, first off, yo, peoples, Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to yet another One Piece chapter reaction and review. I've been looking forward to this chapter because I was in Roger Base's stream, well, just a person watching, not actually in the stream with him, but from what I gathered, it was highly advised from people who read chapters early that anyone who's waiting for the official release to be off the internet and avoid all spoilers for this chapter. And I'm just prepared for it. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's not beat around the bush. Chapter 1096. Kumachi. Who's Kumachi? It reminds me of Kumasi that Perona would call her little bear back in Thriller Bark. But chapter 1096, Kumachi. Reader requests Zoro lamenting losing a game of musical chairs to Chihuahuas in the Woods by UCP. And one of the things that he lost also was one of his swords. And it looks like the sword, like Kuida's swords, the Watoichi Monji. But the fact that he lost a game of musical chairs to a bunch of Chihuahuas? That's funny. All right, let's keep going. Yo! And we're starting right back at the hunting the hunting of people of the celestial dragons. We start right now with one of the celestial dragons proclaiming, "We've already introduced the 13 super rare rabbits. They're worth 10,000 points each. There are also 150 rare rabbits. 1 hit kills will earn you an excellence bonus. And we have some very fine prizes indeed for the champion." It's still severely messed up that the celestial dragons have, like, I don't know, yearly hunting excursions where they just hunt people from a nation. It doesn't matter if it has like a king or anything, as we clearly saw one of them just get killed instantly by Garland. They're just hunting people for sport and because they find it fun. And in this panel, you see numerous people crying their eyes out because they're about to be hunted. "And we have some very fine prizes indeed for the champion." And then we have someone going, "Wait a minute, who's this? We get some notable faces. Watch this, children. That trophy will belong to the Man-Mayer family." Man-Mayer family? You won't win this one, Garling. I'm guessing these people, what if they're the Holy Knights? What if they're the Holy Knights? We're seeing some of the Holy Knights beforehand. I'm just guessing. Because why would we center on their faces? One woman has like a big old hat over her head, and her eyes are obscured, but she has long hair. And then we have Garling, who's all like, "Watch this, children." And then we have someone with a gas mask on that has 46 on it, and he's using dual swords. Then we have this another person that has like this jester type big collar around. But then we got the citizens. You can't do this. It's unconscionable, unconscionable. I can't. Words. Unconscionable. It's unconscionable. I'm mispronouncing it. I know I'm mispronouncing it. I'm gonna have to look this word up and see how it's supposed to be said, but I'm just gonna say it how I see it. You can't do this! It's unconscionable! Wake me up from this nightmare! Human beings shouldn't be treating other humans as toys! Not so fast, boys! Obey the rules! And then we have one woman who's running with her child in her arms. They're all subject to being shot because in this big panel at the top, you see people running and a lot of people are holding children. The children are part of it as well. Kids! Literally babies! I hate the Celestial Dragons so much. I hate all of them. I hate all of them. I hate all of them except Miasgard after his time with Otohime. I hate every single one. Not so fast, boys. Obey the rules. No, my child. Meanwhile, there are 200 world noble hunters. The hunt will begin in an hour. Run and hide, rabbits. Navy HQ. Why such a remote island? I can't tell you. Please, Garp, just go. Yo, it's Kong! Young Kong! We haven't seen Kong in the story when Kong was speaking to Sengoku after the Marineford War. This is Kong. This is oh my goodness, what are we about to witness? I am still on pages 2 and 3, literally the first 2 panels after the cover. What are we about to walk into? Why such a remote island? I can't tell you. Please, Garp, just go. We're not certain yet, but we can't afford to take chances. Oh, is this the Celestial Dragon's little field trip? I warned you not to mess with Full of Lead, but who listens to me? That was treasure from Pirate Island. Of course they'll come back to get it. Who leaked that information? Hey, they got plenty of security, right? Why the fear? Well, the thing is, we didn't think Roger would get involved. Lead with that next time! I'm going! Yo, this is Garp. He's chilling. And he's all like, I don't care. We didn't think that Roger would get involved. What? Say less! I'm going! Roger! Yo! What are we about to witness? Well, the thing is, we didn't think Roger would get involved. Leave with that next time! I'm going! And then we get to Pirate Island Full of Lead. Pirate Island Full of Lead, New World. The Rocks Pirates have already left! Is this chapter about to be the God Valley incident? The same one where the Rocks Pirates were defeated by Roger and Garp? We heard the story. Are we about to witness the God Valley incident in this chapter? Okay, let's keep going. Pirate Island Full of Lead, New World. The Rocks Pirates have already left! They got the jump on us! We gotta catch up! Come on! This is a huge deal in the pirating world. God Valley in the West Blue. So we know that God Valley is in the West Blue. Did we ever find out exactly the location? Even when we were talking about God Valley in the previous chapter, did it say West Blue? Didn't it just say God Valley? It didn't say it was in the West. God Valley, West Blue. The island's surrounded! I've never seen this many Navy ships before. Of course there's no escape. The reality of this atrocity itself will be erased from history! They've concocted this sick murder game to drive off the inhabitants of this island so they can take its resources! Would you believe that the 100,000 rabbits who live on this island will all be dead to the very last man in just 3 weeks? Oh, and this is Ivankov. And this is Ivankov. The island's surrounded. I gotta reread this again. The island's surrounded. I've never seen this many Navy ships before. Of course, there's no escape. The reality of this atrocity itself will be erased from history. They've concocted this sick murder game to drive off the inhabitants of this island so they can take its resources. Would you believe that the 100,000 rabbits who live on this island will all be dead to the very last man in just 3 weeks? Is this real life or is this hell? As it shows Ivankov screaming this out while we are seeing people being murdered by the Celestial Dragons. But if we can survive the next 3 weeks, we'll be free. Stop dreaming, fool! The total number of survivors of all of those games combined is 0! Huh? But why would they tell us that just to give us hope? Because it's the hope that makes us struggle and run. What's so fun about killing people who only fall to the ground in abject despair? Don't waste your time dreaming of salvation in this sick game. We have to escape the game itself. And that's the whole nature of the game. They give people hope that there'll be someone who will survive when every person is going to be killed. There are no survivors in this game. And we're only on spaces 6 through 7. And St. Garland already has 100,000 points! Is he going for the high-value rabbits? As it shows Garland riding on a bird creature of some kind. And he's just killing people. He is just killing people. And while this is going on, we see a transponder snail that's apparently showcasing this to everyone else at Marijois. And the rest of the Celestial Dragons there are just enjoying this murder game. And then we have someone who's chomping on chains going, yes, it's off. Thanks for those mighty jaws, my shark fishman friend.
Thank you. No one's ever said that to me before.
And then we have Ginny.
The prizes for the event are the key to our escape.
Prizes?
They've got one of the most powerful devil fruits in existence. It allows whoever eats it to transform into a mythical azure dragon.
Oh my God! This is how Kaido and... I'm lightheaded. I got up too quick. They have the devil fruit of Kaido, the fish fruit.
They've got one of the most powerful devil fruits in existence. It allows whoever eats it to transform into a mythical azure dragon. And also the pawpaw fruit.
This is how... I can't take this. I can't take this. Among the prizes is the fish fruit that Kaido would have, and the pawpaw fruit that Bartholomew Kuma would have.
And also the pawpaw fruit, which allows the user to send others and themselves to distant islands. They're both here on God Valley.
If any of us can eat them, the dozens of us here can get past the Navy blockade and escape this hell. And then one of the people who are running goes,
No, we can't. The prizes are in the center of the island.
But I'm a pro at thieving, tapping, and transmissions. 2 weeks ago, I managed to send a message about the island to the outside. Maybe someone heard it.
Ginny's the reason why the Rocks Pirates got to God Valley in the first place. Who is Ginny? Ginny is the reason why that information got out. That's how the Rocks Pirates got there. 'Cause Ginny broadcasted it. I can't take this chapter. We are only on 6 through 7. We have 20 pages.
But I'm a pro at thieving, tapping, and transmissions. 2 weeks ago, I managed to send a message about the island to the outside. Maybe someone heard it. Anyway, for our plan, we're going to need a decoy.
And then no one wants to be the decoy. And then Kuma steps up. And mind you, every person who's in this game has a shirt with a target on their back. And Kuma has it, and he already has an arrow sticking in his back. And he raises his hand and goes, I'll do it. Kuma! I'm big and hardy, so I can survive longer than others. The fact that he doesn't hesitate. My God, Bartholomew Kuma, one of the most tragic characters in the series, but now he's one of my favorites, just from this sentence. I'm big and hardy, so I can survive longer than others. And I don't want to see anyone die anyway. Well said, Kuma. I won't let them kill you. Let's get off of God Valley together. And then we have a Navy ship being blown up. Ah! What was that? It's the Rocks They're here. 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 I hope my audio is coming through. I hope my audio is coming through. It is. I just had to check my audio levels because, oh my God, the Rocks Pirates are here! It's the Rocks Pirates, east of the island! But why? It's not just them either. There are more ships coming. They're all infamous pirates! Why didn't we hear about this? What do they want? Fire cannons! And they fire their cannons, and we have the main pirate ship of the Rocks Pirates coming in going, "You waste your time, Navy! Follow me, Rocks Pirates!" And there's people screaming as there's carnage. And we get someone going, and it's Whitebeard! And this is Whitebeard when he has a beard.
Not so fast, Rocks. Who said I was your follower, fool?
Oh, Newgate, not you too!
I assume it's finders keepers.
Don't be so pathetic.
Oh, and it's Stussy. It's Stussy saying,
Oh, Newgate, not you too! Don't be so pathetic, Stussy.
same to you. I'm about to get emotional right now because let me tell you why. The person who's saying,
Don't be so pathetic, Stussy.
is Gloriosa. Granny Nyon. She was part of the Rocks Pirates. We've been staring at a member of the Rocks Pirates. Granny Nyon was part of Rocks. What? What? I gotta go through this again.
Not so fast, Rocks. Who said I was your follower, fool?
Oh, Newgate, not you too! Don't be so pathetic, Stussy.
I assume it's finders keepers, as it shows Shiki there as well.
Same to you, Gloriosa.
That's my treasure! They'll be mine!
And it's Big Mom.
But you can't do anything with them, Lin Lin.
We got Whitebeard.
I just know that fool Rocks will lose sight of the goal. We have to be certain first.
Then we get Shiki, the Golden Lion.
Stop acting like you're the leader here. I'll blow them all up.
Then we have Big Mom.
Let's just steal what we're after and scram. All these dreamers with their heads in the clouds.
Then we get Kaido.
I hear Roger's on the move. He's the last man I'll let.
Calm down, kid.
And this is Big Mom to Kaido. Then we get Stussy.
Today's the final fight, I assume.
And then we have someone who's just Captain John. That's who it is. It's Captain John. It's Captain John. It's Captain. I forgot that was him. I forgot it was him. I just thought of the zombie way back in Thriller Bark, just constantly drinking. This is Captain John. Okay, so we got Whitebeard, we got Stussy, we got Gloriosa, because she also has like a snake around her as well. First of all, Gloriosa was part of Rocks this whole time. What? But we got Whitebeard, Stussy, Gloriosa, Big Mom, Kaido, Shiki, Kaido, Captain John.
Today's the final fight, I assume.
Stussy. That's the idea. Captain John. Then we have someone else chime in. This we have Gloriosa going,
We'll settle it once and for all.
and then we have two other individuals who don't speak at all, but they're joining in with the fighting as well. The Rocks Pirates have made landfall!
What is the Navy doing if they lay a single finger on us?
Reporting in. Pirate crews are converging from all over. How did it get out? This was top secret. Their purpose here is unclear. Watch out on the western shore. It's the Roger Pirate. Rocks coming in from the east. Then we got Roger and his crew coming in from the west. And this is Roger, and this is young Roger. Not prime Roger, but this is young Roger. There with Gabon, there with Rayleigh, and this is Roger before he gets his big old mustache. It's the Roger Pirates! What?
It's been a whole year. Do you have any idea how I felt this time?
This is gonna be a wild one. And this is Roger and Rayleigh. And of course,
I'm doing the voice of Roger this way because this is the way he sounds in the English dub. And this is the only voice that belongs to Roger. But it's been a whole year. Do you have any idea how I felt all this time?
this is gonna be a wild one. No special privileges for the captain here, Roger. And this is Roger back when he still had his straw hat. Like, he still had his straw hat back then. Then we have Garling.
Pull back the sailors and have them guard the celestial dragons. Pathetic. What was the point of the blockade?
The Holy Knights will handle this. So we have the Rocks Pirates, the Holy Knights, and Roger's Pirate and the Roger Pirates all converging on one location. The Holy Knights will handle this. Right. And there's two other individuals with Garling who are the Holy Knights. Then we have the citizens. What's happening? It's Roger and Rocks. This one might be too much for us. Help has arrived! Help has arrived! It's Vice Admiral Garb! Oh, we're saved! Tell me where to find Roger! And this is Garb, who's just rolling up his sleeves. Oh, and I love how what is his name? What is his name? I forget his name. Garb's right-hand man. Y'all tell me his name all the time, but I forget it. But he's there with Roger, there with Garb. So we have Roger and his crew. Rocks and his crew. Mind you, we haven't seen Rocks yet. We just seen the people who follow Rocks. We haven't seen Rocks yet, but we have Roger and his crew. Rocks and his crew. The Holy Knights, and now Garp and his squad. It's absolute chaos! I can't believe our luck! This is it? I'm sure it sure is. I don't know which is what, but let's eat them. Oh. So this is the moment where Kuma and Ivankov both ate their respective devil fruits, because Kuma has the pawpaw fruit and Ivankov has the horn fruit. And before, oh wait, no. Hold up! That's not the horn fruit. Ivankov had the fish fruit in his hands. Ivankov was almost the fish fruit user before Kaido. But before that happens, Big Mom comes in and chokehold and just gets Ivankov in a chokehold and snatches the fruit away from him.
Not so fast.
Eva.
I'll take that one.
I'll take that one too.
Eat it, Kuma. Don't think. Eat the fruit and save yourself. We just need one survivor. And then we've won! And as Kuma starts eating the fruit, Kuma looks back and why is Jay Garcia there? I just feel like there's so much going on in this chapter. I gotta read through this slowly and process it. Jay Garcia is there and he punches away Kuma. Kuma?
The Buccaneer boy. Your only options are slavery and death. History itself chose them for you.
And then Kuma gets up and says, Are you important, mister? It doesn't make sense that you're born important. And there's no reason for someone to be born a slave. If I've got some kind of power, then I want to be like Nika and save as many of these unfortunate people as I possibly can. Kuma, up here. Kuma's up here, okay? Kuma's up. Mad respect for Kuma! This man is looking at one of the most powerful individuals in the world of One Piece, one of the highest authorities in the world, and telling him off to his face. It doesn't make sense you're born important and there's no reason for someone to be born a slave. Literally in Jay Garcia's face. And then he's saying, I want to save as many of these unfortunate people as I possibly can. Kuma. I knew there was a reason why I liked him so much, but this just proves Kuma is the most honorable person ever. And Jay Garcia's looking at him going,
Which is why you people will vanish for good. Wait! Rocks! Out of my way, Roger.
Then we get narration.
This event would be lost to the dark shadows of history.
And then we cut to the Sorbet what? Hold up. Wait a minute. Are you kidding me? We get the rocks pirates, but we still don't see rocks. We don't see rocks at all. We don't see rocks at all. We don't see rocks at all. We get Shiki, Gloriosa. We get Whitebeard. We get Captain John. We get Stussy. We get Big Mom and Kaido, but we don't see rocks. We don't even see the captain. We don't even see rocks. Hold on, and let me just continue on.
This event would be lost to the dark shadows of history.
And there's a whole bunch of fighting going on as Roger apparently fights rocks, but we don't see it. Then we just cut to the Sorbet Kingdom. Sorbet Kingdom, South Blue. And we have Ivankov speaking to Kuma. The only news story is the legend of Garp's heroics. They won't print anything else. Just what the powerful want. This Morgan's writer is such a hack. We still have no idea what happened on that island. Huh? Why are you still praying, Kuma? I'm thinking of the other lives I could have saved. I love Kuma. This is an amazing character. Knock it off! Amidst all the chaos and violence, you saved over 500 lives back there.
That's right, Kumachi. You were amazing. Everybody was crying with gratitude, even I was.
And now you've got hands of liberation that set people free. Hands of liberation? And he looks at his hands, and now his hands have the paws on them. So, your family ran a church. It explains so much about you. Well, it's time for me to go to sea. I've got to make the most of this freedom. For as long as I live, Eva, I'll never forget your face. No one ever has.
I'm gonna stay here with Kumachi and figure out what to do with my life, bro.
Wait. I got a thought in mind.
I'm gonna stay here with Kumachi and figure out what to do with my life, bro.
So long, my friends! And then Ivankov leaves.
Okay, I'm 4 years older, so it's up to me to feed little Kumachi.
Huh? And then it cuts to Kuma and Ginny just, living their lives.
Push those logs, Kumachi!
As Kuma is like cutting logs, and just like we seen in like the illustration of the 7 warlords when they were kids, Kuma's carrying logs on his back, and he's just traveling with Ginny, I guess, to sell these logs.
No more digging through the trash. No more stealing. We buy our food.
Huh? You're 9? Liar! You're a monster!
And some kids start throwing rocks at Kuma. And he's like shielding himself. And Ginny beats them all up. She just beats them all up.
Ah!
Ginny! And then the kids are crying. And then Kuma uses his power to remove the pain from these kids. I'm sorry about that. Ginny's actually very nice. And he just pushes the pain out of these children.
Huh? It's better. The pain just flew away. Was that magic? Kumachi! Kumachi!
And then it has Ginny and Kuma who are eating. And they're just eating.
Not enough. For me?
As Kuma gives her some more, gives him some of his food.
Yummy!
You eat so much, Ginny. We've got a lot of work to do.
When did they turn you into a slave, Kumachi?
4.
Hey, me too!
It's not something to celebrate.
I'm so full. I'm so full.
Huh? What, Ginny?
Kuma-ji!
And then Ginny's looking back at Kuma, and she's crying her eyes out. And then Kuma's doing the same thing as he's going, what? Don't cry, Ginny.
I'm so happy!
And that's the end of the chapter. There is so much to take away from this chapter. Now I'm going to see what you all have said during chat. Bogart, that's his name. Okay. Now, first, Ogata-san, Ozzy, Cohagen, everybody who's here. CDs, good to see everybody. This chapter was amazing. So, Silver Axe and Wang Ji. That's who they are. Wang Ji is the former member of the Rocks Pirates that was over Fullaled after the Rocks Pirates was, defeated by Roger and Garp during the God Valley incident. I didn't recognize him at first because I actually forgot Wang Ji. I forgot about him as well. And Silver Axe. My apologies, but this chapter was amazing. Wait a minute, how come chat has not updated? Wait, that was weird. Oh, it's because my live playback did not fully play all the way. We need to go over this chapter, okay? I can't put it into words. I can't put it into words how amazing this chapter was. Everyone, whether you're new here or you're just watching or you're a regular here, I'm beside myself with how amazing this chapter was. So going back to you know what? Let me do this because I like to read it, the synopsis of when they pull it up. And here's the great thing. I'm so glad I stayed off of the internet and avoided any spoilers because I had absolutely no idea what was going to happen in this chapter. But and they don't have the long summary, but short summary, the World Noble begin their hunting competition during which the Rocks Pirates and Roger Pirates get involved, which started the God Valley incident. During this, despite Linlin stealing one of the devil fruits, Kuma steals the other one and uses it to allow his group to escape. Later, after parting ways with Ivankov, Kuma and Ginny settle down in Sorbet Kingdom. So the thing that comes to my mind is, a lot of people were saying, like, what if Ginny later becomes Luffy's mom? What if Ginny is Juribani's mom? You ever think of that? That's what popped into my head when she was staying with Kuma. They grow up together. What if Kuma and Ginny give us Bonnie? That's what I'm thinking. That's just in my head. So we got a lot of notes. The native hunting competition at God Valley begins. Ginny is shown utilizing a unique Denden Mushi as an earpiece. Ginny... Remember when I was watching One Piece on Netflix, and I was talking about, I'm surprised they haven't come up with a way to put Denden Mushis in your ear like an earpiece. And Oda has done it. Now we have Denden Mushis that can fit into your ear like an earpiece now. That's a thing now. Thank you, One Piece N. We saw it on One Piece on Netflix, and now it's here, canonized in One Piece. But let me continue. Ginny is shown utilizing a unique Denden Mushi as an earpiece, used a stolen Denden Mushi to leak information about the competition and its prizes to the outside world. So the reason for the whole God Valley incident was because Ginny put a message out there that let them know that all this stuff was there at God Valley and the location of it. Roger went there, Rox went there, Garp went there, the Holy Knights are there, Jay Garcia's there. You know, one of y'all said that he was already there in the last chapter, but I didn't really notice him, but that's me. Kong! We see a young Kong telling Garp to head to God Valley. And Garp was all like, I'm good, until he heard that Roger was there. Okay, Kong requested Garp to head to God Valley. Garp initially refused until he heard Roger was reported nearby. According to Garp, the world nobles stole a certain treasure from Hachinosu, which served as a motivation for the Rock's pirates to attack the nobles. So, the Celestial Dragon stole something from the Rock's pirates, which means that if those devil fruits that were in their possession or were in possession of the Rock's pirates the whole time, then that means that they had it first, and the world nobles just stole it from them. The Rock's pirates, Roger pirates, and Marines led by Garp all make landfall at God Valley, effectively starting the God Valley incident. Hold on. Streusen? As in the same person that's traveled with Big Mom? Big Coot Streusen? Hold on. Hold up. What you mean Streusen was there? I'm looking for. What you mean Streusen? Oh, he was hidden in the court. I didn't even see him. Streusen is there. So Streusen was part of the Rock's Pirates as well. He's in the corner. Page 8 and 9. He's literally obscured by the exclamation point. So Streusen was part of the Rock's Pirates too. What you mean he was part of the Rock's Okay. Okay. All right, so let me go over. Where's the earpiece? It's when she's saying, but I'm a pro at thieving, tapping, and transmissions 2 weeks ago. She has her hand up, and underneath her hand is a Denden Mushi that's against her ear. And you see it. It's small, but you see the eye stalks right next to her hand. It's right there in her ear. Now, it's not super small like the one we saw in One Piece End, but we have earpiece Denden Mushis now. So, that's a thing. But let me go through these notes again. So, Streusen and Gloriosa are revealed to have been part of Rocks. First of all, Granny Nyon was a part of the Rocks Pirates? A lot of people thought Shaki, but it was Gloriosa! So, first of all, Shaki was revealed to be the previous Empress before Hancock. Gloriosa before Shaki. But Gloriosa has also been revealed to be part of the Rocks Pirates as well. The whole time. So when she was seeing news about Whitebeard, she's all like, wow, Whitebeard's doing this now? Man, I remember the days when we were a part of Rocks. That's a thing. Outside of Chapter 0, this is also the first time Shiki is shown in the main series. This is the first time Shiki's being fully shown. Not like silhouetted. First fully revealed in the series. Like shown for the very first time. First official full-fledged canon appearance of Shiki the Golden Lion. The Gods Knights participated in the fight as well. While the incident was ongoing, Kuma and Ivankov managed to steal the Nikyu no Mi, the Pawpaw Fruit, and the Fish Fruit model Azure Dragon, which were prizes of the hunting competition. It is shown that Lin obtained the Fish Fruit that she later gave to Kaido by assaulting Ivankov. Kuma ate the other fruit before she could also take it. After eating his devil fruit, Kuma was confronted by St. J. Garcia Saturn. Upon Kuma's declaration that he wished to save as many people as possible like Nika did, Saturn declared that is the reason why the Buccaneers have to be eradicated. So the Buccaneers are apparently people who wanted to rid the world of slavery or save as many people as possible, and that's why they had to be eradicated as well. I'm just assuming, but this ideology was something that required the Buccaneer people to be completely erased. They have the mindset to free people. Their entire lineage is around Nika, the sun god, the warrior of liberation. Their entire lineage is centered around saving others. And that mentality was enough for the world nobles and the Gorosei to erase them. Because they can't have that sort of thought process in the world. Wanting to save slaves? Wanting to save people who are under subjugation? We can't have that. Need to kill all of you. That's how strong of a presence the Buccaneers had. But that's just me assuming from information that we have. Kuma, Ivankov, Jenny, and 500 other slaves were somehow able to escape God Valley and reach the Sorbet Kingdom. According to Ivankov, Morgans was responsible for covering the God Valley incident, but only reported on Garp's actions there. Ivankov later set out to sea while Jenny went to live with Kuma in a church at Sorbet. Krasmataz, my friend. Chapter 1100. Can you believe we're about to reach another 100 milestone for One Piece? We are literally 4 chapters away from reaching 100 more chapters of One Piece. Chapter 1100. So let me just see what you all have said, because we need to talk. I know we have My Hero Academia today. I know we have Jujutsu Kaisen as well. We'll get to them. But we need to talk about this chapter. But Kraz. Oh my goodness, Kraz. Let me see what you all have said, because I want to acknowledge everybody. Let me see. About 13 years, let me see. Last time we saw Kong was back in chapter 594. Yep, 11 years ago. At this moment, I'm guessing that Kong was Fleet Admiral. I believe at this time. Let's see. It said West Blue last chapter. See, Ozzy, I knew I forgot. Let me see. Let's see. First time I actually seen Shiki in the story. Assuming Silver Axe is the second to last one shown, he might be one of the general zombies in Thriller Bark. I know, he was kind of reminding me of what is his name? What is it? The dude that looks like a zombie. I forget his name. It'll come back to me at some time. We see everyone but Rocks, but look at that lineup. Whitebeard, Big Mom, Shiki, Kaido, Captain John, Stussy, Gloriosa, not Shocky. The other two must be Silver Axe and Wang Jie. And Roger has the straw hat. Bogart, that was the guy's name. Thank you for that. Now we see why Ivankov was upset when Kuma didn't remember him at Marineford. He remembers what Kuma told him before they parted ways in the Sorbet Kingdom. Oda brought it back full circle. Ain't that crazy? The last time that Ivankov sees Kuma said to him, I will never forget your face. So when they saw each other again during the Marineford War, he was questioning why Kuma didn't recognize him. Because the last thing he remembers of Kuma was saying that, I will never forget your face. That's the last time they came into... Well, not really the last time. That wasn't the last time. Because they met later on in life when they became part of the revolutionaries. I'm correcting myself. Don't say anything. I'm correcting myself. This would not be the last time that they would see each other, but he remembers all the way back then. You know what would be perfect? If Kuma takes all the pain Luffy suffered during his whole time in the New World and put it inside of Saturn, poetic justice. But here's the thing, though. That only works. I mean, pain subsides. All the pain that Luffy has suffered the entire time he's been in the New World, pain subsides. So it's not like it's just built up inside of his body for waiting for a place to go for Kuma to push out. It's not the same as how Luffy was fighting nonstop throughout all of Thriller Bark and suffered all this pain and during the entirety of Thriller Bark, and then Kuma pushed it out of him because that was still fresh. But a lot of time has passed since, the first altercation that Luffy's been in since he entered into the New World. So I don't think that would work because there's too much time has passed. Luffy has rested enough for any pain he has suffered to subside now. He's rested enough, so I don't think it would work that way. Now, here's my $1 million question I was going to ask you. If Roger found Shanks in a treasure chest at God Valley, we're still going off of if One Piece Film Red is technically canon. We're still going on that assumption. I'm not saying it's canon until Oda puts it in a chapter. That's just my mindset. That's how I'm always going to see it. Would it be crazy to say that the name Shanks isn't his birth name? If that turns out to be the case, it would be interesting. Strewson was there too. Let me go back. Yeah. Chapter 1100 is going to be crazy. Maybe we'll see Dragon in 1100. Maybe. I'm out. It's impossible to watch. It might just be something on your end, Cohagen. Trust me, I know. You guys have been here when my net has been jacked up, so I know exactly how you feel. Hopefully it works out better for you. All of Mother Caramel's kids look oddly familiar. So wait, are the Holy Knights all children sent in from Mother Caramel? Hold on. Let me look at all of them. Okay, so we get Garling. We get one individual who I can't tell if his head is gone or if his head is like inside of his clothes and he has really big shoulders. And then we got this one woman who's there behind Garling as well. And then at the beginning, we have these other kids as well. I mean, these other individuals as well. If they wind up being... But here's the thing, though. I don't know. I don't know if... Are you meaning the Holy Knights? Let me see. Check out the Gods Knights real quick. I am. Let me see. Oh. I was not looking at this individual right. The individual that's behind Garling and this woman does not have like his head and his shoulders. I couldn't tell what that was. No, he just has a giant animal skull over his head. So that's why I didn't recognize him. But we have the only people that we see is Figureland Garling and the two individuals behind him. The individuals who were at the beginning, like the one that says the Manmayer family, that's not a Holy Knight because it has the clothes of a celestial dragon on them. But then again, I could be wrong. We don't know these individuals because they don't get named. I don't know. There's so much information to get from this. And we're not going on break? It says we're not going on break? Impossible. But this chapter was everything. Let me see. Chapter is already nuts. Kraz, it really is. All of the children's kids look oddly familiar. If these are the children, I wonder how they got into the employ of the Holy Knights at all. Because I actually thought that you needed to be a celestial dragon in order to be up there. But I could be wrong. I could be incredibly wrong. And that's just me making that assumption. But let me see what else you guys have said. I know it will never happen, but imagine Kuma sends Saturn to Hachinosu. You're right, then how about all the pain that Kuma suffered himself and put inside Saturn? Even better. Like I said, pain subsides. But then again, if he got hurt recently, which was pretty recently, like his foot got burned off by a Kainu. No break in the words of Marv Albert? Yes! We'll have to wait and see, because I remember in Wano when people thought Guernica, Maha, and Joseph were some of the orphans. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to wait and see where things go from here. Let me get out of this page so that it doesn't interfere with what's going on. In chapter 866, Caramel is pictured with a large group of kids, some of which appear to resemble the Holy Knights, the Gods Knights. Hold on, chapter 866. Let me go down to that. We're gonna take a little time, and don't worry. I don't want to talk too much about my thoughts because we do have my One Piece reflection stream, which will be on Tuesday, and we're gonna go over all the chapters that we got in the month of October, including this one. This is definitely gonna be something that we conversate on for a hot minute. But let me go down to chapter 866. Yeah, Natural Born Destroyer, and this is when we have. This is when we get introduced to Big Mom. Yo, you're right. You're right. One of the kids has the same mask as one of the individuals in the panel. And in this group, we have, there was a prince chased out of his country after civil unrest, impoverished children who nearly fell into slavery, problem children whose parents couldn't manage them. All of them lived in a giant village where their past couldn't bother them. Are these kids that were with Mother Caramel, did they wind up somehow becoming part of the Holy Knights? Because one of these kids has the same gas mask as the older individual in today's chapter. The only thing that we can't see is the 46 on his mask. The same exact mask. And I'm trying to look at some other kids as well. See if I recognize them. But the one with the gas mask, easily recognizable right then and there. And I'm looking through this page to see if I recognize anybody else. Yeah, this is when Big Mom went ballistic and pretty much laid waste to an entire village. Okay, all right, I get it. I got it. Interesting. Have a question. Do your parents anything about One Piece? Do my parents know anything about One Piece? Not really. I've always wanted to have them on and explain to them what One Piece is, why I'm so into it. Yo, Finding, good to see you. I had no idea you were a member. Hold on. I had no idea you were a member. How did I not get that notification? Hold on. How did I not get that notification that someone else joined? What the heck? I didn't get a notification or anything. Usually I do, but I didn't know. Mother Caramel stuff feels like it's part of a larger mystery. I believe it is. Wouldn't surprise me if the Celestial Dragons have a bunch of illegitimate children running around. I mean, given the fact that they're the type of individuals who can basically do whatever they want, I'm pretty sure they were sowing some wild oats all over the blues. So I'm just saying. But to answer your question, CDs, my family, my parents, my family knows that I'm really big on One Piece. They know how much time I dedicate to doing this for One Piece and me talking about One Piece, playing One Piece, everything One Piece related. They know I'm into it, but they've never really sat down for me to explain to them what One Piece is. Now, when it comes to characters, my mom likes Kizaru just from the way he behaves, but she doesn't know anything about him. My family doesn't know anything about One Piece on the level that I do, let alone as an introductory level. They just know that I'm into it. But one day, I want to have them on and explain to them what One Piece is, so that they can understand why I go so strongly for this series. I mean, this series helped jumpstart this channel for a large degree. So one day I'm going to have my family on so I can explain to them what One Piece is. Maybe not all of them at once because my dad tends to be a bit busy with work. But one day I'll have my family on and explain to them what One Piece is, because that would be an interesting conversation. Just explaining to them what One Piece is. But they don't know anything about One Piece. They don't. Is that the... What is that? Is that the pimp looking one? Look, who? Wait, what? Huh? Is that the pimp looking one? I don't know what you're talking about. No break in the word. Okay, let me see. The Mother Caramel stuff feels like a partner of a misery. Wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, dude. I think I've gone through everything. You guys have said. I'll save my thoughts about this chapter and what we could possibly look forward to for my One Piece Reflections stream on Tuesday. I'll save it for that. But this chapter was amazing, though. Kizaru. Yeah, Kizaru's the one who's in yellow. The one that always looking like he's high. Him. She likes the way he looks. But she doesn't know anything about Kizaru, let alone like his strength, his power, and all the stuff that he can do. But yeah, Kizaru is the light admiral. He's the light man. Yeah, that's Kizaru. Akainu is the red one, and at that time, Aokiji is the blue one. Fujitora is the purple one, whereas Ryokugyu is the green one. But yeah, she likes how Kizaru looks, but my family doesn't know anything about One Piece because I've never fully explained to them the story. Mind you, I'm not gonna put them on the grind of reading through the manga because they're not going to do it, or watching the anime because they are definitely not going to watch through 1,081 episodes of One Piece just to know where we at. But yeah, I'll do it at some point. I gotta find like a good time that's good for everybody. Kizaru gets his supply from Yamakaji. But I'm done. This is almost an hour of me just hyping up just how great this chapter was. The start of the God Valley incident. Here's the thing. We get all the big names in Rock's Pirates. The reveal of Gloriosa being a former member. But we don't get Rocks. We get Rocks and Roger talking to each other, but we don't see them. We get them talking to each other, but we don't see them. It's one of those chapters. Yeah, it's one of those chapters where I could keep talking, but I still got My Hero Academia and Jujutsu Kaisen to go through. And then, since my Spider-Man 2 series has come to a close at 12 today, my last video, my finale, uploaded at 12. So, if you guys have been following my Spider-Man 2 series, we got a Spider-Man 2 stream to do tomorrow, so I can clear out everything else that I didn't cover in my original playthrough of the game. And then, on Tuesday will be my One Piece Reflection stream. Nothing big on Wednesday, but Thursday we're going to be playing RoboCop Rogue City. So that's going to be a busy week for everybody who enjoys what I do. But this was a great chapter. The start of the God, in terms of lore in general. Oh, yeah, it's one of those chapters in terms of lore. Who would have thought that we would see all the big names? The big names of Rock's Pirates just rolling up there because the Celestial Dragon stole treasure from them. Which I wouldn't be surprised was actually the Devil Fruits that we saw. But, so many things to go over on Tuesday. We'll talk more then. I don't want to give too many more of my thoughts. Ravi, you're coming in right at the end. Think Luffy gets captured in 1100. It's way too soon to make those types of thoughts when we're like 3 chapters out and we're still in a flashback. We have no idea. We have no idea where things are going to go. There's a RoboCop game. Yes, there's a brand new RoboCop game dropping this Thursday. And it looks like it's going to be fun. It's like 80s schlock, but good schlock. You know what I mean? But we'll talk more later. Everybody, I'm done. We got to move on to My Hero Academia and then Jujutsu Kaisen afterwards. I'm done, ladies and gentlemen. Another phenomenal chapter for One Piece. We see the start of the God Valley incident, but we don't see the end result. Nor do we get to see Rocks, but we see the rest of his crew. And we also see young Roger with his straw hat before he got his mustache. Along with Rayleigh, Gabon, and the rest of his crew, Garp rolling up because he heard Roger was going there, and the Holy Knights preparing to square off. So many big things happened in this chapter, but I'm looking forward to the next one. I'm done. Hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, and subscribe because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples. God, I love this job.